Hello, my friends. So, if today's date, August the 27th, is your birth date, this is a reading for you for this year. This is a four-card pull, a general energy card for the year, a challenge you might face this year, an action to take to stay in balance, and a synopsis or an outcome card at the very end. So, this is the general energy for the year for August the 27th. Birth date is the Judge. And what is the judge about? Well, the judge is the advocate, or the judge is the critic, or the judge is the discerner. The judge's duty, I think, all the time is to decide for us what is safe, what is truth, and what is fair. And when the judge is one who is based in their own fears, the judge can be one that is very harsh and critical of self and others, and not find a place to find that fairness, and not find a place to find that safety, and not necessarily find the truth, because there can be one sided. So, the other side of the judge is once the judge reaches into their heart, once the judge reaches into and listens to all sides of any story and really listens for what is the pain underneath, once the judge has that sense of compassion, once the judge has that deep sense of understanding, once the judge has that sense that everybody has their own sense of truth, and sometimes it's a harder line to find the clean truth than it is to find the multiple senses of truth that all need to be honored. So this is a year about looking at your internal judge. Possibly this is about looking at how the external judge comes to you and how you are judged along the way. But mostly this is about you and what you judge as the appropriate things in your life, or the appropriate people in your life, or the appropriate uh, passions and directions that your life needs to take. So, what is your challenge with this card? Well, it's the Page of Swords. And the Page of Swords is kind of the sense of having a lot of different ideas that are stimulating to you, and you want to follow what feels right and what feels happy to your mind, and what sparks your imagination, what sparks your mind, what makes you think and grow, what you want to study, what you want to listen to, what you want to look at. But the prince, or the page, I'm sorry, is often kind of wishy-washy and can be swayed very easily. So this, what is your challenge? I think your challenge is to find something that really calls you, and I think something does really call you, and is poking at you. But I think it's something that you judge on some level, or that other people are judging on some level, is not right for you. So you have to fight these internal battles of fairness within yourself, and fairness with others, and finding safety with yourself and with others. If others don't like your choices, then they might create hard times for you and challenging times for you. If others don't think you're listening to the right truth, they might, not like you and not have good things to say about you. And if others don't think you're being fair in what you're going after, maybe you're leaving them behind, or maybe you're leaving something else that other people thought we would be better at doing, but you want to leave it behind and go off on your own ideas and your own whims of what really speaks to your mind and speaks to your studies. Therein is that challenge, to be a fair and clear and clean judge, and allow your life to play out in a more open and truthful way, rather than one that is boxes you in, or you feel boxed in by. And so there's a lot of challenge there in that box. So what is the action you need to take? Well, August 27th is the snake. And the snake is about shedding old skins that no longer serve you. That's one of the biggest lessons that I always give with snake. It's like they step out of their skin in order for them to be raw and vulnerable, and grow a new skin that really fits their growth and fits their understandings and fits their being, and leaves behind the things that don't serve them any longer. So you have to look with the eye of the snake and go, what is really serving me? Is following what other people tell me to do really serving me, or is listening to my own instinct, my own mind, my own pulse, of intellect and stimulation, and going after that, really the thing that serves me best. And maybe it won't be to do that, to go off on your own, and maybe it will be to hang around with the group mind, or hang around in the tight place. But that doesn't mean it's not going to come back around again, and that doesn't mean the snake is not going to come back to bite you again, because maybe there's something that you're really called to do, and the snake is saying, no, you have to listen, this is your growth. The snake also represents kundalini energy, the rising from our lowest chakra to our highest chakra of our consciousness, of our evolutionary path. That sense that as we rise higher and we leave our safety, old safety issues and fears behind us, and we step forward with courage, and we leave our old worries behind, and guilts and shames behind us, because we know we can't abide with them any longer, because we have to be true to ourselves and go beyond our fear. If we step through with our will to go after something that means something passionate to us and not keep us dead, if we go after something with our heart, which says, oh, we want to love ourselves and we want to love the world, and we want something bigger than just our own little selfishness or somebody else's selfishness that keeps us locked in. When we rise through these layers of consciousness and we co-create with the universe, which we step forward with the universe at our back, saying, well, you can do this, I'm allowed to do this, we can step forward in this grace. We can step forward with this consciousness. When we step higher and higher into ourselves, and we get into our humanitarian mind, when we have our compassions and our loves and our understandings that are deep, and we allow ourselves to be the fullest we can be, then do we have that snake understanding of enlightenment. Then do we have that spinal understanding of self-empowerment and co-creation with the universe, and not just that selfish part of ourselves, which just only sees ourselves and only wants to do what we want to do, each one of us wants to do, and not what might benefit others, might benefit ourselves, and might speak on a more universal level. So that's your action to take, is to step through some of the boxes that you've created around yourself, or that are created around you by other people who don't want you to act like you want to act, who don't want you to follow what you want to follow, who want to be harsh judges to you, who want to be harsh critics of you, who want to be harsh naysayers to you. And if that's your own mind, then you have to look at that and say, why am I being a harsh naysayer to myself? Why do I feel like I can't go forward with what I wish to do? What are my blocks, internal blocks, that are keeping me from following some dream that is really calling to me, that I want to go after, but maybe I don't feel worthy, maybe I don't feel smart enough, maybe I don't feel like I should have it because I'm, a rotten person, maybe, all these little negative thoughts and negative imprints that we take on, that is our disharmony, that is our dis-ease. That's what the snake is asking you to look at and say, well, I can't listen to those negativities anymore. I can't give my power over to that negative box anymore that keeps me small and contracted, and keeps me in line with what other people think I should do and how I should be and what I should study. I have to feel into myself and grow into myself. And that's the last card. The synopsis card is this beautiful soul card without any in kind of interpretation. I think this is one that says, when you quell those fears, and when you quell those internal judgments that are naysayers and negativity providers, and hold you back and hold you down, and you start to live your life, you begin to grow like a plant, you begin to grow like a beautiful emblem of understanding. Your ferns, your leaves reach out in all directions. You're not just yourself anymore. You're here for something bigger than that. You're here to help others. You're here to help yourself. You're here to grow into your own wisest soul being that you can possibly be. So feel into what the universe and creator, whatever that means to you, God, goddess, all that is, really wants you to go for. And if it aligns with your soul, and if it aligns with your head, and if it makes some kind of beautiful sense to you, then stop the negative judgments, stop the negative critics, find a way to be safe in your judgments, find a way to listen to the truth in your judgments, and find a way to be fair to yourself and say, I can do this and I have a right to do this, and it'll have its own repercussions, but I'm willing to go through the repercussions of change in order to find myself and to become authentic to myself and really honor myself with a sense of dignity. Aho.